Trump, as you may recall, hated Woodward's previous 3 Trump books, so much so he sat for several extensive interviews for those books.
Folks, it's been 11 days since we heard Donald Trump on the Gropetown Express, and a lot of people have distanced themselves from Donald Trump, at least one arm's length.
And everything he wrote is true. There are some extra crispy McNuggets in this one, including a few gems from one of Trump's most loyal underlickers, Senator Lindsey Graham.
Yesterday, Melania did interviews for both Fox News and CNN. She would have gone on MSNBC, but Steve Kornacki gets jealous when another supermodel is on the network.
Breaking news. Melania Trump's deepest, darkest secrets have been exposed. Okay, maybe not her deepest and darkest, but definitely her funniest. Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert just went to town on the Trump marriage, and it's juicier than a well-done steak with ketchup. From comparing Melania's expression to someone trying to escape a bad date, to revealing her supposed dreams of being trapped in Obama's portrait, this roast is hotter than Trump's temper. Want to know why Donald's probably having a Twitter meltdown right now? Keep watching. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Picture this: Melania Trump looking like she'd rather be anywhere else in the world. The former First Lady's life before the comedy storm was anything but a walk in the park.
Who said going to Mar-a-Lago is a little bit like going to North Korea, and admits that Joe Biden won the election fair and square, but says Trump, quote, doesn't like to hear that.
The man is an Adonis. Now, last night on the Anderson Cooper Power Hour, Melania explained who she really blames for Donald Trump's behavior.
Entertain his dangerous delusions until we've burned America to the ground then, Lindsay. The bigly scoop for Bob Woodward involves Trump's KGBFF. The book says Trump has spoken to Vladimir Putin 7 times since he left office.
This straight, Melania's defense of Donald Trump, the man who wrote The Art of the Deal, is that he got outmaneuvered.
Sure, she smiled for the cameras, but behind those designer sunglasses, there was a story brewing hotter than a Florida summer. Now, we all know marriages have their ups and downs, but the Trump union seemed to have more downs than a roller coaster. Rumors were flying faster than hairspray at a pageant. Separate bedrooms, cold shoulders. It was like a soap opera, but with more gold-plated furniture. One source even joked, "I also avoid being in rooms with my husband. Ouch, that's colder than the air conditioning at Mar-a-Lago." But hey, maybe Melania just really likes her personal space, or maybe she's allergic to spray tan fumes, who knows? Let's talk about those public appearances, shall we? If you thought your high school prom photos were awkward, you ain't seen nothing yet. Melania and Donald's joint outings were about as comfortable as wearing a wool sweater in a sauna. Body language experts had a field day analyzing Melania's facial expressions. One expert described it as watching someone trying to escape a bad date. Yikes, that's not exactly couple goals, folks. But let's give credit where credit's due. Maintaining a public image while dealing with private struggles is no easy feat. It's like trying to eat a messy burger while wearing white. Something's bound to get stained. Melania was putting on a brave face for the cameras, but behind the scenes, well, let's just say there might have been more drama than a reality TV show. So what could possibly make this situation even more uncomfortable? Enter the comedy duo of Kimmel and Colbert. These late night hosts were about to turn up the heat on the already simmering Trump marriage. But before we dive into their roasts, let's take a moment to appreciate the calm before the storm. You know, that brief moment when you think things can't possibly get any worse. Yeah, that one. Now, brace yourselves for the punchline that sent shockwaves through the Trump household. Kimmel dropped a bombshell about Melania's alleged text to her hairdresser. Are you ready for this? He claimed she referred to Trump's hair as dead squirrel hair. I mean, ouch. That's a burn hotter than Trump's face after a tanning bed session. But wait, there's more. The comedy duo was just warming up. They had more jokes up their sleeves than Trump has golf clubs. And let me tell you folks, these jokes were about to hit harder than a diet of nothing but fast food. Jimmy Kimmel's back at it again, folks. This time, he's not just poking the bear, he's tickling the Trump with a feather duster made of zingers. And let me tell you, the audience was loving it more than a free all-you-can-eat buffet at Mar-a-Lago. So what's Kimmel's latest comedic crusade against the Orange Empire? Well, he zeroed in on the mysterious Melania Trump. You know, the one who always looks like she's trying to escape a bad Tinder date? Yeah, that one. Kimmel's got a theory about Melania's true passion, and it's not designing Be Best campaigns or Christmas decorations that look like they came straight out of The Shining. Nope. According to Kimmel, Melania's real passion is social distancing from Donald. Ouch! That's gotta sting more than a spray tan gone wrong. But wait, there's more. Kimmel didn't stop there. He went on to suggest that Melania has a secret wish. Now, you might think it's a lifetime supply of hand sanitizer for after those obligatory hand-holding photo ops. But no, Kimmel claims Melania's deepest desire is to be trapped in the Obama portrait at the White House. Talk about an unexpected plot twist. Now, you might be wondering, how did the audience react to these spicy meatballs of comedy? Well, let's just say they were eating it up like the last slice of New York pizza. You know, the kind that's so good it makes you forget about your diet and your dignity all at once. The crowd was practically rolling in the aisles. It seems Kimmel's comedic approach hit the sweet spot, highlighting the absurdity of the Trump marriage dynamics. It's like watching a reality TV show, except the stakes are higher and the hair is, well, let's not go there. But here's the thing, Kimmel's roast isn't just a one-off gag. It's part of a long-standing tradition of his comedic critiques of the Trump family. It's like he's been on a years-long mission to turn the White House into the laugh house. And boy, has he been consistent. It's almost admirable in a I can't believe he's still finding new material kind of way. Now, you might be thinking, isn't this just mean-spirited bullying? Well, here's where it gets interesting. Kimmel's jokes, while definitely pointed, are doing more than just getting laughs. They're shining a spotlight on the bizarre dynamics of one of the most public marriages in recent history. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a first lady who looked like she'd rather be anywhere else? It's like watching someone try to escape a bad date, except the date is 4 years long and the whole world is watching. Kimmel's jokes are just saying out loud what many people have been thinking. But let's not forget the potential impact of these jokes on public perception. Sure, we're all having a good laugh, but what does it mean for the Trumps? Are these comedic jabs chipping away at their carefully constructed public image? Or are they just bouncing off that impenetrable wall of whatever it is that keeps Trump tweeting at 3 a.m.? And here's another question to ponder. What does Melania think about all this? Is she secretly chuckling along with the rest of us? Or is she plotting her escape, one perfectly manicured nail at a time? We may never know, but it sure is fun to speculate. Well, folks, it looks like the late night comedy cavalry isn't done charging at Trump Tower just yet. While Kimmel was busy roasting the First Lady, Stephen Colbert decided to saddle up and join the fray with what he claims is a leaked White House document. Is it the smoking gun we've all been waiting for, or just another comedy nuke in the late night arsenal? Colbert, never one to shy away from a dramatic reveal, pulled out all the stops for this one. Picture this: lights dimmed, dramatic music swelling, and Colbert standing there with a piece of paper that could supposedly bring down the entire Trump administration. Okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but hey, a comedian can dream, right? So what earth-shattering secrets did this mysterious document contain? Brace yourselves, because it's a doozy. Colbert presented what he claimed was Trump's daily agenda, and let me tell you, it's a real page-turner. Among the pressing items on the former president's to-do list, learn to spell hamburger. I guess those hamburgers tweets weren't just a one-time thing after all. But wait, there's more. Apparently Trump also needs to ask Ivanka what NATO means, because why bother with Google when you've got a daughter who's totally qualified to explain complex international alliances, right? It's like having a walking, talking Wikipedia in designer heels. Now, we all know Trump has a, let's say, unique relationship with technology, but Colbert took it to a whole new level, suggesting that even Trump's phone is fed up with his antics. Imagine, if you will, the leader of the free world locked in an epic battle with autocorrect. No, phone. I meant to say kofef. Stop changing it to coffee. It's enough to make you wonder if Siri is secretly part of the resistance. But the real kicker, Colbert's Trump impression. It's so spot on, it's almost scary. Picture this: Colbert puffing out his chest, squinting his eyes, and declaring in that oh so familiar voice, "I know more words than anyone, the best words, bigly words." It's like looking into a mirror, if that mirror was orange and had a questionable hairstyle. Now, all this mockery might seem like harmless fun, but let's take a moment to consider the real-world implications. When public figures become the butt of jokes night after night, it can have a serious impact on their image and credibility. Sure, we might laugh, but somewhere in Mar-a-Lago, there's probably a very grumpy ex-president who's not finding any of this funny. Speaking of which, how do you think Trump is going to react to this comedic comedic double team? Will he brush it off with his usual fake news mantra? Or will we see a Twitter storm of epic proportions? Colbert, ever the prophet, has his own prediction. He thinks Trump will respond by rage tweeting from his golden toilet. Now there's an image that's hard to flush from your mind, but here's the million-dollar question. As we're all laughing at these late-night roasts, what's really going on behind closed doors? Are the Trumps huddled around the TV, shaking their fists at Colbert and Kimmel? Or is Melania secretly chuckling while Donald turns an even deeper shade of orange? Well, folks, it looks like the Trump roasting train has left the station, and boy is it picking up steam. Our favorite orange-tinted former president isn't exactly known for his thick skin, and this time it seems the comedians have really gotten under it. After Kimmel and Colbert's latest round of jokes, Trump apparently lost his cool faster than a snowman in a sauna. We're talking full-on Twitter meltdown mode, people. It's like watching a toddler throw a tantrum, except this toddler has access to nuclear codes. Oh wait, not anymore. Phew. Now, if you've been paying attention, and let's face it, with Trump, it's hard not to. You know this isn't his first rodeo when it comes to late-night comedy takedowns. The guy's got a history of firing back at comedians faster than he fires his staff. But this time, it's like someone cranked up the grumpy Trumpy dial to 11. You'd think after all these years, he'd have developed a thicker skin. But nope, our Donnie Diapers is still as sensitive as ever. It's almost endearing, if it wasn't, you know, terrifying for democracy and all that jazz. But here's where it gets really juicy. While Trump's busy turning various shades of red, or is it orange, Melania's pulling a Houdini act. She's been dodging rooms with her husband like he's got the plague. Maybe she's just practicing extreme social distancing? Or perhaps she's finally had enough of being married to a human Twitter bot. The silence from Trump's team is deafening. No official statements, no press conferences, nada. It's like they're all hiding under their MAGA hats, hoping this will blow over. Spoiler alert, it probably won't. Let's be real for a second. This public roasting isn't just about hurt feelings and bruised egos. It's got some serious implications for Trump's image and his political aspirations. I mean, how can you run a country when you can't even take a joke? It's like trying to be a chef when you're allergic to food. And poor Melania, never thought I'd say that. She's stuck in the middle of this comedy crossfire. Her silence speaks volumes. It's like she's screaming, "Help me," in sign language while Trump's busy tweeting about how great he is. You've got to wonder, is this the last straw for Melania? Is she sitting in her golden tower, counting down the minutes until she can file those divorce papers? I can just imagine her packing her Louis Vuitton bags, muttering, "I really don't care, do you?" under her breath. As this comedy chaos unfolds, one thing's for sure. The future of the Trumps is looking about as stable as Trump's hair in a windstorm. Will their marriage survive this latest round of public humiliation? Or will Melania finally say, "You're fired," to her own husband? Well, folks, it looks like the late night laughs might be causing some real life drama for the Trumps. Who knew comedians could be such marriage counselors? But seriously, this whole situation raises some interesting questions about the power of political satire. Can a few jokes really shake up a relationship? Maybe Melania's been taking notes from the comedians for her upcoming tell-all book. Talk about a plot twist. But here's the kicker. While we're all chuckling at these zingers, there could be some not so funny consequences. Is it worth it to get a laugh if it means potentially pushing someone over the edge? It's like that old saying, be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. In this case, we might be wishing for a good laugh, but what if we end up with a divorced ex-president? So next time you're enjoying a late night roast, just remember, your giggles might be causing some serious grumbles in the Trump household. And who knows, maybe Melania's next fashion statement will be a jacket that reads, "I really do care, do you?" Now that would be a punchline worth waiting for.